Hey there, all my beautiful soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn, back with another Divine Masculine Collective message. And I'm guessing you guys can see here how my wand is creating a beautiful light display. Pretty amazing. So, thought that was interesting. Anyway, hope everybody's doing fabulous. Shout out to all of my new and existing subscribers. I love each and every one of you guys. I'm so happy that you guys are here on this journey with me and support myself and my channel. That brings me to Patreon. I'm doing a live over there on Patreon tonight. It will be exclusive on Patreon. I did a little message video about that, so you can check that out. I won't go too much into it. I will say that Patreon is free to become a patron. So you do not have to charge, and it will be exclusive to Patreon. So you would have to be a patron of my channel over there to be able to access it and be a part of it. I will be pulling cards from this new deck. I got this new deck called the Barbara Walker Tarot, and it came in this awesome little tin. This is one of the most amazing decks that, there's such a connection with this deck, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really, really awesome. Love, love, love this deck. Now, as far as the Divine Masculine energies go, they've been extremely intense. I've tried to do videos off and on now for the last 24 hours. I actually have done 2.5 videos. I say 2.5 because one of them I had to stop. I didn't get interrupted exactly, not from external forces, but I had to stop it. But 2 of them were an hour long each. Like, my computer stopped it. It's like, okay, that's as far as you can go. I don't usually make my lives are that long a lot of times and longer, but not my regular videos. And so and a lot of the reason why, well, a couple of different reasons why they've been so long. For one, I get some increasingly detailed messages with these cards. And 2, the energies are so chaotic and intense that it keeps me going on tangents and down the rabbit hole in different areas. So, but I think actually mostly it's been the intensity of the cards and the messages from the cards. So I am going to try to shorten it here. I do want to give a little background on what I've been picking up. Lots to do with a mother figure from childhood. Definitely healing. Like, this is Dark Night of the Soul at its best, at its worst, whatever you want to call it. That is so awesome, those lights, because I've been doing this, like I said, I've tried to do this several different times, and those have not been consistent, and actually there's 2 now, like it's coming from the candle. Earlier, it was not consistent. There wasn't exactly 2, but it would come from one side and beam across the table. So this is looking really different from how it's looked at other times today. That seems to be looking more like a candle reflection. That is just so interesting, that one pretty. So anyways, Azrius here, my wand, my dragon, he's sending you guys lots of energy. So anyways, the Divine Masculine, man, I've said so much on this already, but not that you guys have been here to hear because they didn't get uploaded, but oh man, just some very, very deep stuff to do with a mother figure, a maternal figure from their childhood, and how that has formed the way that they deal with females in their, in the past, more recent past, and in their current, in their present, and, hopefully not in the future. Hopefully this is, bringing this up to the surface to be released and purged and healed. But a lot of negative thoughts, feelings, and beliefs when it comes to females and the feminine energy, even within themselves. They are repressing, suppressing the feminine energy within themselves, and it's because they feel like it is inferior. Like vulnerability is a weakness. Compassion, love, vulnerability. Well, I can't think of the other words I was going to use, but that those are seen as weakness, and so. And also another message that was coming through quite clearly was, whatever the divine masculines didn't get or were lacking. Like, I feel like there's a big time sense of lack when it comes to the maternal figure in the divine masculine's life, whether they were in the divine masculine's life or not, because somebody can be in your life and you can still, be neglected by that person. So whether they were physically there or not, the lack that the divine masculines experienced from the maternal figure is something that they are projecting onto females in their life, as an adult. Basically trying to fill the lack with, the feminine energy, but in a dominating way. Like, I made the example earlier, wanting, being attracted to, like a 1950s type June Cleaver, Leave It to Beaver, type of energy, where the female may already be a little bit subservient, maybe internal from their own wounds, and they're, the female's very nurturing and giving and compassionate and a real caretaker, and so the divine masculine seeks out these types because they're needing that or wanting that nurturing and caring and compassionate nature that they've not ever learned to give to themselves, and that they've not had in the past from a mother figure. But at the same time, making sure that they kind of suppress the feminine in order for them not to feel powerful and want to leave. Like, it's a controlling type of dynamic, kind of got to keep you under my thumb so you don't go anywhere, so you stay taking care of me, and you stay, loving me, doting on me, being my mother in a sense, but of course they're not going to say be my mother, but it's a subconscious need that they've not had filled in the past, but it's something that needs to be brought to the surface, realized, purged, and released, because it's something that they need to be able to give themselves and not be seeking that from an external person, because ultimately what they're feeling lack of can never be filled by another person, but it is a wound that they signed up to, have to go through this life in order to heal. So lots and lots going on here with the divine masculines. They're in the thick of it again, or still. I kind of feel like, it's been like one big long dark night of the soul basically all year, but there's been some high points. They've not necessarily come out of it, but they have made progress. Because each time as feminines, we know we've been there. You make progress, and then you're right back down in the thick of it. But it's still like all one long situation. So, anyway, I am in the earlier readings that I've done. I was drawn to roll dice. I have no idea why. And now we got 6. Okay, we had 6 in the last one that I did, but it was actually 3 and 3. This time it's 2 and 4. So I don't know if 2, 4, and 6 are mean anything to anybody out there. It could be like 24 or 2, 4, and 6. That actually, if you say 2, 4, and 6, I'll add up to 10. I don't know specifically. I'm going to do one thing really quick. I say really quick. Nothing's been really quick today. Spiritual meaning of the number 6.
Here's a summary from The Secret of the Tarot. Angel number 6 is all about finding balance in your life. Angel number 6 is a sign that you are outwardly focused to the detriment of your internal, spiritual life.
Holy shit. Okay, if that's not just summing up everything I just said. They are needing to find balance within their within their masculine and within their feminine, because right now they're very out of balance in the side of the masculine, suppressing their feminine, and it says outwardly focused to the detriment of your internal spiritual life. So yeah, they are so much focused on what others can give them and what they quote unquote need from others, that they're not paying attention to their spiritual needs, their spiritual growth. This says this could also mean that you need to focus on your domestic life in a literal way, including your home, spouse, or children. So yes, I feel like this is breaking cycles for one, realizing the childhood traumas and wounds that need to be healed and brought to the surface, healed and released, to break the cycle for your own children, and also, focusing on, if you have a spouse, how you treat that spouse, how you see that spouse, what you give to that spouse, and what you feel like you need from that spouse. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse per se. It can just be any intimate relationship. And again, definitely within themselves as well. This is definitely about balance. That gives me goosebumps, how everything just fits together, and that the messages have been so consistent. Like the 2 videos that I recorded prior were so in alignment with each other and so consistent with each other. It was just uncanny. And that was at least 2 hours worth of info. So I'm going to try to shorten it here. And it's not going to be any shorter if I don't quit talking before I start doing the cards. But anyway, a lot going on for the Divine Masculines right now. I feel like there's some intense healing, and it's heavy. Some of it's dark. And so, not in a 3D physical kind of way, but definitely in an energetic way. Send your Divine Masculines love and light, healing. We've got the Temperance in reverse. Yep, this came out last night. That I feel like is the mother figure. This Temperance gives me a very mother vibe, and that is out of balance. Like there's an out of balance, or there's been an out of balance, an imbalance with the energy of a maternal figure. And it could be because they didn't feel protected by a mother. We've got the what is that, the Ten of Pentacles, and it says protection. That's pretty cool. That is like, she looks like she's about to lay down, and so that looks like, it reminds me of like a dream catcher. She's got a piece of string in her hand, and it looks like it's what creates that whole design there with all the stars, all the pentacles, pentagrams, whichever. So yeah, that's like a dream catcher type thing. So it could be, didn't feel protected by the mother. If whether the mother was in the divine masculine's life, okay, let's say two different ways. If the mother was in the divine masculine's life, maybe there was some type of protection that needed to be had from the father, or that could be, even if the divine masculine, if the mother was or wasn't in the life, there could be a feeling of failed protection from the mother against the father. Got the Strength card. Feeling like the divine masculines always have to be strong. I don't feel like that's about, actually, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about foundation, Erda. Let's see what that says. So I don't know on these court cards these names, so I have to look them up. And it's very interesting because these are all names from mythology, I believe. And so it's very interesting what they have to say. Where is this? Erda. Or Irda. Mother Earth, as a Paleolithic goddess figure, stands above a sacred cave in moonlight. Primitive worshippers dance around a fire at her feet. The world's earliest artwork shows the goddess in this guise. Some of her earliest European names were Eartha, Erda, Edda, Retha, Hertha, Eorth, Earth, Erd, Word, Weird, and Weird. But Weird was W-Y-R-D, and then Weird as in W-E-I-R-D. Like her exaggerated maternal characteristics, her card represents overwhelmingly earthy or material blessings. Fecundity? I don't even know what that word is. Abundance, generosity, support, comfort, creative, inspiration, nurturing, and warmth. Yeah, I feel like this is the divine masculines not feeling protected, not feeling like the mother needed to be stronger, needed to be more protecting. They're definitely going through some mom stuff. Definitely going through some mom stuff. Every single reading that I've done since last night has been about mom stuff. Holy. Alright, we've got the Four of Cups. And it says decline. Yeah, okay. And then we've got Yama, King of Swords. Okay, the mother did not protect the divine masculine from a father figure, a male, or something to that effect. I already read this in a different reading, but I'm going to read it to you guys because I feel like it's important. Yama. Yama, 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 yama. Encircled by the infinity sign of renewal, the bull-masked underworld death god dances on his totem, the sacrificial bull. Yama's name was an antonym of Kali's virgin creatress aspect, Maya. Incarnate in the bull, he entered the underworld to make a place for the souls of dead men. His blue skin was a conventional Asian sign of godhood due to blue blood, which was also attributed even to Jehovah as the Gnostic demiurge of a dark blue complexion. Yama's male and female emblems of swords and lotus suggest regeneration, like the infinity sign. He stands for godlike authority, a powerful judge, discipline, order, obedience to the law of nature, and possibly dangerous inhumanity. So there could have been a father figure that was overly judgmental, overly critical, outwardly cruel. Could have been physical abuse. That was something else I did pick up in one of the other readings. Not just physical abuse, but possible sexual abuse. And that doesn't necessarily have to be from a parental figure. Just somebody in some of the divine masculines, and that's not for every divine masculine, but in some of the divine masculines, that is some of the healing that is having to be done, is overcoming sexual trauma, sexual abuse from childhood. But I feel like this is stating, like, the mom, for whatever reason, did not have the strength to protect the divine masculine from a aggressive, critical, abusive father figure. Okay, and unlike how I usually do things with this deck, I feel the need to keep going with this deck instead of adding a second deck or even a third deck. This deck is just totally different for me. It's just amazing. I love, love, love it. Okay, we've got Grace, the Three of Cups. I have to put another card to go with that because I'm not sure how that one fits in. That doesn't seem to fit with the rest of this. The Six of Wands in reverse, and it says glory. So, it could have been that the mom, the mother figure, didn't have a choice. Like, the father figure could have been abusive to the mother, could have cut the mother out in some way. So the mother couldn't, hold the grace of a mother, and she couldn't be victorious in dealing with the divine masculine, dealing with her own child as she saw fit or as she wanted to. There could be, something in the father figure that prevented that from happening, and she just didn't have the strength to. And it may be that she was unstable in some way. Could have been financially unstable, mentally unstable, emotionally unstable. But there could have been some type of instability. However it was not rewarding, it's quite the opposite of rewarding for the divine masculine, but just not victorious. There was no glory in it. And it could be that the mother couldn't be there, and she just felt really, really bad about it, and like falling from grace. Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups in reverse, and it says virginal. Okay, I know what virginal means, but most of these court cards, like I say, they are indicative of you know what I said a while ago. Like deities from, wow. Just rewind it and see what I said earlier, because I can't remember. The Ice Queen stands in the cave of the heart. Her crystalline cup rests on an inaccessible mountaintop in Virginal's glacial realm. The water element is frozen. Like her eastern counterpart, Durga, the inaccessible, she once represented the mountain mother, nourishing her world, suckling, and remaining entirely indifferent to the adult male. Beautiful but non-sexual, she contributed some of her character to the medieval Holy Virgin. She stands for cold purity, dedication to high ideals, and apparent heartlessness, but may bring great spiritual nourishment. Okay. So, I feel like in this, what's this again? The inaccessible, she once represented the mountain mother, nourishing her world, suckling, and remaining entirely indifferent. Okay, so, I'm getting a couple of different things, like, he felt like the mom was cold-hearted, or the mother figure was cold-hearted, or he didn't want her, maybe he was told, because this is coming in underneath the mother, or underneath temperance, but what I feel like is the mother. This could be, like, if the mother wasn't around, the maternal figure wasn't around, it could have been, like the father figure saying, because she didn't want to be, she didn't care, she was cold-hearted, da-da-da-da-da, you know. Or even if she was there, the father figure could have still said those things, like, oh, your mother doesn't care about you, you know, even if she was there and tried to show that she cared. But the father was dominating, and I feel like very cruel. Could have been cruel to the mother. Could have been cruel to the mother and the child, and could have taken out on the child supposed injustices done by the mother. I mean, so this is really, really deep, and I mean, I can see, or I'm feeling, where the divine masculines, you know, could get their indifference and their treatment of the divine feminines, or of feminines in general, but not justifying it, but seeing where it comes from, also knowing that it very desperately for them and for all involved needs to be healed, brought to the surface and purged. But yeah, and I feel like the divine masculines feel that under the surface, like in the heart, he feels like all women are ice queens. Like, they might pretend to care, but they don't really. I mean, is what I'm kind of getting from that. And so it's kind of like a take all you can get while the getting's good type of energy. I'm going to try to just get this one more row out, maybe. Because I think I'll run out of time, because my computer, for whatever reason, cuts it off at an hour. And I have a feeling that we're kind of going towards that again. The angle of my laptop, I can't see the clock or the timer. But I do feel like we're pushing it, or will be. I don't know where we're at now, but earlier I had this whole everything that you can see here was full of cards earlier, so we'll get as much as we can. Eight of Wands, the Fog. Yep, Fallen from Grace. That one's come out in 2 of the readings that I've done. Yeah, if they felt like the mother figure, the maternal figure, was on any type of pedestal in the past, and I also feel like this is like failed to protect, but the mother fell from grace. They thought that the mother was supposed to protect them, and they didn't. And this isn't for all divine masculines. Keep that in mind. This is a specific group that I am channeling that's been coming through either off and on, or definitely over the last 24 hours. This has been the same group. Every time I pull cards, we're talking about the same thing. So, and I'm getting less and less scattered about it, because I don't know if I said it in this video yet, but in the other videos I stated, like, in the last 24 hours, it's felt like all the group of divine masculines are all trying to input their take on it, or like their thoughts and feelings and things like that. So I'm getting it like all over the place. Learning the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is the divine masculines, having to learn how to be strong for themselves, and not. This is basically, when the mom fell from grace in the divine masculine's eyes, it took away a lot of their trust, or it gave them trust issues, and it vilified vulnerability and made them feel like they always had to just show strength. The Five of Pentacles here fell first, and it's in reverse. Hardships. Yeah, they felt like the mom, was supposed to embrace them, take care of them, but maybe the mom, again, maybe she couldn't, maybe because of financial instability, emotional instability, mental instability. There was some type of, and maybe this is also saying that the divine masculine didn't see the hardships that the mom was having in this scenario. Like, they didn't realize that the mom had about the same amount of control over the situation as they did. But that doesn't stop the fact that it gave the divine masculines abandonment issues. And that's even if the mom was still in the picture, like in their life. They felt abandoned in some way by the mom, whether she was still physically in the picture or not. And the Death card coming in underneath the Four of Cups, which is decline. So I feel like there was change in the situation. It could be that the mother did leave the situation, and it could be because the father figure pushed the mother out, like she couldn't take it anymore type of situation. Yeah, we've got the Fool in reverse. Yeah, definitely the mom could have walked away because she didn't know what else to do. She may have felt like staying was more harm than good. Yeah, she had regrets though about it. Five of Cups in reverse. She had regrets about it. She didn't think she would. She didn't think she would have regrets because she thought that she was doing the right thing. She thought if she was not in the picture, that maybe the father would be easier on the divine masculine. Because she basically felt like it was her fault. And really it was, whatever issues, childhood issues that the divine masculine's father needed to actually work through and deal with, but they didn't. or couldn't or whatever. I mean, this is, again, breaking a cycle. The divine masculines are needing to break a cycle dealing with their mother and father, maternal and paternal energies, in order to not continue the cycle with their own children, with their own son. And that's so crazy. I've actually mentioned my own story in the last couple of readings again, and I won't go through the whole thing, but this is very much bringing up some things that are going on with, cycles that need to be broken for my divine masculine and our son. Yeah, we got the Pope in reverse, which is the Hierophant. And that's underneath the Six of Wands, glory. So there is no spiritual connection, feeling abandoned, left out by God. I feel like this group of divine masculines may have prayed a lot as children. Prayed for the mom to save them, the dad to quit being so whatever, vicious in whatever way, the mom to either be more loving or to be around or stand up for them. I really wish I could see that timer, but I can't. So, okay, I'm going to try to do one more row before I run out of time. Queen of Wands, and we'll have to look up Hell. Then we've got the Lovers. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull all these before I read them. Then we've got the Star in reverse. I also love this this deck because it's the same size as regular playing cards. I feel like the divine masculines could really be dealing with some throat chakra issues, and maybe have been for like the last week. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles, and that's Ball. I'm gonna have to look up all these next ones. Scold, the Princess of Swords. Okay, and we have the Queen of Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles here, but the King of Pentacles is in reverse. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, throat chakra issues. Because yeah, I've been having some serious throat chakra issues, constantly having to clear my throat. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the divine masculines not having a voice, not being able to have a voice in their childhood. Like, they're really, all of this is coming up about their childhood and all these childhood wounds and traumas. And I'm really just seeing like somebody just holding their throat and almost like screaming, but nothing coming out. I don't know which one of these fell first. We're going to go Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Two of Wands in reverse. And it says Alliance. Okay, I'm going to get one more, and then I'm going to look these up. These names. Hell, Ball, and Scold. I drink so much coffee today. Okay, that one's trying to fall out, so we're going to take it. Seven of Wands, Challenge. And the Empress. Oh my gosh, I love this Empress. She looks so sure of herself, so stable, so confident. Like, she is so in control. Like, she is definitely the counterpart to the Emperor. I love this Empress. Love, love, love her. Okay, so let's see. Hell, Queen of Wands. The Queen of the Dead. We had the King of the Dead. No, I don't know. Anyway, the Queen of the Dead with her serpent reveals her underground fire pit that used to be likened to the boiling cauldron of regeneration. Yeah, one of these was regeneration. I want to say, yeah, I don't know. The Vikings' fiery mother, Hel, or Hol, wears a sprig of her sacred holly, which was displayed each year at the Yule I can't read now. Was displayed each year at the Yule midwinter solstice to signify the rebirth of the sun from her deep in furnace. As Queen of Wands, she stands for fiery qualities: warmth, ardor, illumination, benevolence, comfort, accompanied by danger of destructiveness if she is not treated respectfully. And so I feel like that's how the divine masculines are seeing the divine feminines, is basically, and I don't know if I've actually said that in this reading or not, but basically feeling like they needed to keep the divine feminines like under thumb. You do for me, but I'm not gonna give you. Give me all that I need, but I'm not gonna give you all that you need because I can't. I'm unable, but that's fine. That's got to be fine. That's got to be okay with you because it's okay with me type of mentality. And then, and not wanting the divine feminines to be in this Empress, confident, because they're afraid they're going to leave. We go back to this abandonment issues, and the mother not being there. Afraid of the divine feminine, and females in general, afraid that they're going to leave. Wands, where is Pentacles? I can't find the Pentacles. There we go. The mountain god holds the star of knowledge in his head on a bleak, rocky summit, difficult of ascent. Only men willing to struggle to the mountaintops could learn secrets of the Baals, Middle Eastern gods. Mount Sinai, allegedly ascended by Moses, belonged to the Baal named Sin, moon god of the Sinai Peninsula. He also ruled volcanoes, appearing in biblical language as a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of clouds by day. And as the rock that begot thee, Baal means the Lord. His card means rock-like stability, tenacity, reliability, heaviness, sternness, and authority. Okay, with this guy in reverse, I feel like it's like the opposite of stability. Maybe even the father could have been like in and out of the situation, or just very heavy-handed, like a rock, because he's got rock-like stability, tenacity, heaviness, sternness, authority. So that could be what they're rejecting in a relationship, like anything that may resemble that comes from a feminine is very much rejected. They don't feel like the feminine can portray any of their own masculine energy, basically. Even if they may be drawn to that initially, if that makes sense. They could be drawn to an initial, like, fiery, masculine energy that the divine feminines put off. But at the same time, like, that's something that really is a trigger for them, that's going to cause them to want to further suppress the divine feminines. And then we've got the Princess of Swords. Scold. The Valkyrie rides her black horse over storm clouds, seeking the souls of warrior heroes who died bravely. Scold was the leader of Norse death angels, whose earthly embodiments were funerary priestesses, like Asian Dakinis, the Slavic Valas, or Saxon Valkyries. Scold's magic was eventually condemned as skullduggery, or witchcraft. Her card means a stringent test or formidable challenge, a vigilant, active, shrewd, sharp-witted person, capable of probing hidden weakness, keen judgment, unconquerable spirit, stern expectations. So the divine masculine could see the divine feminine, because we got the star here in reverse. They're afraid of the divine feminine. They see, because they don't quite understand the connection between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and because of the past traumas over, parental figures in general, mother and father, because this connection is so strong, they feel like the divine feminine could be using sorcery or witchcraft or something like that. And this is a cycle that needs to come to an end. But at the same time, it's like they want to end any alliances with the divine feminine, because it's a challenge. It challenges what they think, feel, and believe. To have this kind of connection that the twin flame dynamic embodies, that is challenging all of their previous thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, everything that they learned growing up in the relationships that they had with their parental figures. And so, yeah, the Empress is the overall energy here. This is, not being able to deal with, or, maybe getting to the fact that this energy is okay, and that this is, who their divine counterpart is. But at the same time, being terrified of that, because they've seen the divine feminine as some type of sorceress, and, using witchcraft, like, you put a spell on me type situation. So that's what I got, guys. This hopefully isn't getting cut off before I get my final little bit out. But I actually think I'm going to publish this one, so look out. You guys might actually get to see this. Do come and check out the live tonight on Patreon. I'll be using the same deck. I love, love, love this deck and the messages that I get from it. So do come check me out on Patreon. It will only be available on Patreon. So come sign up for to be my patron on Angel of the Dawn Patreon. If you guys enjoy my videos, please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you guys are interested in a personal private reading, that information is in the description box below, as well as the current March special that is only available for a few more days. So if you would like to get in on that special, I suggest you get in on that soon. Any of the other services that I offer, that information is in the description box below as well. And if you guys get, any helpful insight, information, or guidance from the messages that I do post, the readings that I do post on the channel here, and would like to do an energy exchange donation, those are always accepted and greatly appreciated. They really help me out. They help me buy new decks and things like that. So, excuse me, goodness sakes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me. Again, come check me out on Patreon. I look forward to seeing you guys tonight in the live. I will be pulling cards for the people that are in the live tonight. So yeah, I love each and every one of you guys, and this is Angel of the Dawn saying peace, love, and light out. Until next time.